Welcome to Ring of Honor on HDNet. Mike Hawkwood here along with Dave Prazak. And here comes Austin Aries.
World Champion, Austin Aries.
A double, the Ring of Honor World Champion, and perhaps the greatest man who ever lived, Austin Aries. Needs somebody to hold the ropes open for him. He is the champion. He is the best wrestler in the world. See a stylish hat in his back pocket there,
I don't know what this is all about, but he gets the microphone from Bobby Cruz, so we'll soon find out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, whether it's life, whether it's sports, whether it's wrestling, there's two kinds of people. There are champions, such as the Pittsburgh Steelers, or in the case of wrestling, people like Nigel McGuinness or Bryan Danielson. Every once in a while, there are champions and champions. We like to call those dynasties. People like the New England Patriots, for example. Or maybe someone like myself, the only two-time ROH World Champion, Austin Aries. But you see, then there's another class of people. And those are the people that are good, but they're not quite great. Teams such as, I don't know, maybe the Philadelphia Eagles, for example. Or if we're talking about wrestling, we're talking about people like Roderick Strong, Kenny Omega, Colt Boom Boom Cabana. You know, the guys that are good, but they can never achieve greatness. They'll never be champions. Another guy that comes to mind is a man who came down here a couple of weeks ago to stick his nose in mine and Kenny King's business, and that's Tyler Black. Tyler Black's just another one of those guys that while he's very good at what he does, he will never be great, and he will never be a champion. You know, Tyler wanted to come out here. He said, I'm going to take a play out of old A-Double's book. I'm going to hold a little lottery of my own. Well, that was real funny. That was real cute. And I know what you've been saying in the back. I know all the speculation that A-Double's Lucky Lottery isn't quite on the up and up. People say maybe I'm not shooting straight when it comes to the lottery. What I'd like to do to prove all that wrong is I'd like to invite one Tyler Black out here right now to personally supervise, hell, I'll even let him pick the name out of the hat himself, this very A-Double Lucky Lottery that's gonna happen right now. So Tyler, I know you're back there, get on out here.
That's tremendous, Hog. He's gonna prove that A-Double's L-Double, the Austin Aries Lucky Lottery, is on the level.
Sooner or later, his luck and his bravado is going to come back to bite him. And here comes Tyler Black. Nice hat.
Hold on a second here, hold on. We don't have a match scheduled. I think I got your name to put in the hat though, so maybe if you're real lucky, you'll pull your own name out of the hat and you'll get a shot. But I want to make sure, and I want to settle this once and for all, that everybody knows that A-Double is an honest man, that this Lucky Lottery is on the up and up. So what I want to have you do here, if you grab the mic.
Just get the hat, and I'll prove to everyone here what a phony and a fake you really are.
He's not a phony. Champion.
Who are you talking about?
All right, let's see what you got in this. What is? There's nothing on this, man.
Oh my! He lit the piece of paper on fire, and did he get into Tyler Black's face?
That flame right into his eyes.
That's low even for Austin Aries. Oh my goodness. Somebody get in there and help out Tyler Black. You lowlife. My goodness. Look at this again. This is totally uncalled for.
If Tyler Black's going to play with fire, he's going to get burned.
Dave, is he that afraid of Tyler Black taking the title that he has to hurt him?
I know I'm hot stuff, but
What if he's not able to see again? What if he's not able to continue his profession and make a living? This was supposed to be such a special night. Bryan Danielson on his final countdown. He's going to team up with Roderick Strong against the Wolves. Let's take a moment and watch this.
I think it was Manhattan Mayhem 2. And we go into the match, and I knew it was going to be brutal. And Morrissey was punching me in the corner, and all of a sudden I can't see anymore out of my eyes.
That one may have caught Danielson near the eye. You see him wincing in pain.
And it turns out I had detached my retina. I had fractured my eye socket there. And that was early in the match, and to go another 15 minutes, those are the things that you really remember because you really have to stick through it. It feels like a real accomplishment to get through everything. And at the end of the match, the doctor's pulling my eye open, and like they have video wire footage of it, and my eye is rolling into the back of my head. And you know, it just really felt like an accomplishment. It was a great, you know, it was a great match. And I come to the back, and the doctor's telling me, oh, it was an incredible match. You know, oh, I can't believe your eyes is messed up. You need to go to the emergency room and stuff. You know, it just felt like a true accomplishment.
That's a word from Bryan Danielson. Dave, I am still totally disgusted at the cowardly act of Austin Aries. I mean, you're a champion. You don't have to do that. You really don't.
Well, despite what just happened with Austin Aries and Tyler Black.
No, I don't want to let it go. You don't have to do that. You don't have to act like a coward just because you don't want to fight Tyler Black. That was absolutely ridiculous.
But we do have a big main event tonight that we do need to focus on. It's the American Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, taking on Bryan Danielson and Roderick Strong. Should be a huge tag team matchup here in your main event tonight.
this tag team match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Team number one, at a combined weight of 404 pounds, Player Uno and Player Dos, the Super Smash Brothers.
This is our first look at these guys on HDNet. It's going to be very interesting to see what they bring to the ring tonight. I'll tell you this much. They've got a couple of tough opponents, Player Uno and Player Dos.
Yes, the Super Smash Brothers, two big video game enthusiasts. Translates with their professional wrestling style as well.
Their opponent, at a combined weight of 437 pounds, the team of the generic luchador, El Generico, and Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Steen.
It's going to be tough opponents tonight for the Smash Brothers, Steen and Generico.
Former ROH World Tag Team Champions. If you take a look at these two teams, you've got one smaller framed individual who relies on speed and quickness, and one stockier individual. So they are very well matched up as opponents. Mr. Wrestling chant goes up for Kevin Steen. And it will be Player Uno getting things started with El Generico, Player Uno with the mask, Player Dos.
Yeah, interesting kind of that these guys both have the same first names, but obviously
Exactly.
not related at all.
Collar and elbow tie up, and it's Player Uno with the side headlock.
Kind of like George Foreman's kids. Everybody named George. Both these guys named Player.
Are you a big video game guy, Hog?
Yeah, I've been known to dabble once or twice.
With your ColecoVision? I think that was before the time of the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, right there, backed into his corner, was Player Uno.
Wonder if they're any good at Madden. I'd take them on at that.
In comes Player Dose. Avoiding the strikes of El Generico and able to take him off his feet with the head scissors. The tag is Steve. Steve can hit very hard.
By the way, we are trying to get an update on the condition of Tyler Black, who was almost set on fire by Austin Aries a little while ago. I'm still in shock over that.
He's being tended to in the locker room, but right now it is Player Dose. Took the big man off his feet with the head scissors, but Kevin Steen just caught him. And a backbreaker over the knee.
You know, the strength of Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Steen, always amazes me. You may underestimate it sometimes. This guy is incredibly strong, as we're seeing here. The shot to the back of the head.
These are two tag teams that built their initial reputation in Canada. Super Smash Brothers making their way to ROH in recent months, and of course this is their debut here on HDNet. Big back body drop for Player Dose right there.
Yeah, number 2's down hard.
Let's take another look. As the strength of both Steen and Generico elevating him into the lights.
You know, we talk about it often. The tag team division is so strong at Ring of Honor, and here's another great addition with Player Uno and Player Dose.
Of course, not only here in your opening contest, but we've got that big tag team main event this week. Very tag team heavy edition of ROH on HDNet, and heavy hands from Kevin Steen.
Come on, look at your friend.
So
look at your friend.
Yeah.
Reach out to him.
Oh,
Like,
reach out
enough.
to him, can't get him. And there's a shot to the head.
And just mocking Player Uno right there out to the apron extended.
Stepping on the head of number 2.
That's giving Player Dose some time to fire up on Kevin Steen. Ooh, one forearm shot levels.
Do they know any of the Spanish language other than Uno and Dos?
They might.
I don't know. Count of 2.
I think they know French. Maybe they're big El Generico fans. Down in Tijuana. There's the tag, and comes the last man. Generico luchador himself. Some teamwork from the former champions right here.
You ever been to Tijuana?
I have not. No.
And the Donkey Show special, I'll tell you that.
Front flip leg drop from Kevin Steen. He changed the subject immediately. And to break up that pin attempt, Player Uno.
You know, if you get both of those guys in the ring and they happen to throw shots, would you call that a 1-2 punch?
Yes.
Yes.
There's the tag. Back in comes Mr. Wrestling. Nobody should underestimate the Super Smash Brothers here. They have scored their fair share of victories in professional wrestling against formidable tag teams, and they want to make their mark here tonight at the expense of the former champions.
Yeah, but they are really behind it here tonight.
Oh, he avoided that strike right there from Steen and Generico, connected with the kick.
Nice kick, but he still can't make the tag. He's trying to get over. There he does. Well, that was a great effort to make that tag.
Player Uno with the knee strike on Steen, and now with Generico right over the shoulder. Kevin Steen looking for the package pile driver. Couldn't get it.
And Steen goes over the ropes. Oh, a nice shot to El Generico. And there's a dive over the ropes. Playa. Oh, my goodness.
Cover.
And just a count of 2.
So close right there. Let's take another look. Player Dose soaring to the floor. And Player Uno now with El Generico.
guys looking to make their mark. What a win this would be if they could get it over Steen and Generico.
Shot right to the neck, though. Lyle Generico looking for the Yakuza kick. Uno moves out of the way.
And that hurt El Generico. And the double knees right to the head. Generico gets double knees again. There's the cover, 2, and Kevin Steen in the save today. Kevin Steen keeps his team alive.
Yeah, the Super Smash Brothers doing everything they can to try to pull out the victory tonight against an established tag team here in Ring of Honor.
And Steen goes outside the ring, down onto that mat.
There's the tag. Player Dose, the legal man, climbing up top.
El Generico really needs to tag out here with Steen.
Overhand chop. Walking those ropes. Swinging DDT. It's a key combination of maneuvers from Steen and Generico right there.
Keep your eye on Kevin Steen. My goodness, flipped him up into the turnbuckles.
And into his own partner.
Oh, there's a Yakuza kick from Generico. This be a package pile driver right here. We'll see. Steve's got him up, got him down. Brain buster by Generico. 2, 3. That slapped the corpus in Spanish, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, hey, I got a little education over here.
Steve! Learned that at the Donkey Show, Frog?
I learned a lot more than that.
Wow. Kevin Steen and El Generico pull out the victory, launching Player Dose on top of Player Uno. Packed pile driver, brainbuster combination that earned them the victory here against the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that move was muy bien. And Generico and Steen get it done here tonight.
And we still have a huge tag team main event to come as the American Wolves take on Bryan Danielson and Roderick Strong.
I'm not sure this is over. They want to shake hands.
Show of sportsmanship.
And the crowd applauds it. All right, let's go backstage now to Kyle Durden. Kyle.
Kyle Durden here with Prince Nana, Joey Ryan, and Ernie Osiris, who's, I don't remember you having an injury. When did...
Hey, press your brakes, huh? Always asking these wild and crazy questions, huh? Grizzly Wedgwood, huh? You fool, you idiot, huh? You're running around town upset because we snipped off a little bit of the hair on your face, huh? So now you want revenge. But as you can see, my friend right here is in no shape or form to even compete after the strenuous workout he's been through. So in that case, if you still want to go ahead and get into a match, go ahead and put up your bid, huh? And for that, we'll put up something more valuable, something more prestigious, something more valuable to the whole embassy. And that's going to be your beard. Let me tell you, my friend, it's going to be awesome. Taking that Grizzly Wedgwood out is going to finally be a piece of cake.
This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Finder, New Jersey, weighing 288 pounds, Bobby Dempsey.
Yes, that is one big piece of cake right there, huh, Bobby Dempsey?
Bobby Dempsey heard something about cake and came right out to the ring.
Absolutely.
Yeah, better bring your best, cause here comes the best. Who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Yeah, with the ninja, any contender. So who's your hero?
His opponent, accompanied by Shane Hagedorn from Metropolis, weighing 240 pounds. He is that young knockout kid, Chris Hero.
Well, Chris Hero certainly focused tonight, and if I'm Bobby Dempsey, I'm worried more about Hero than I am about any piece of cake, I can tell you that.
Bobby Dempsey needs to worry about his opponent tonight, looking to knock him into next week with a rolling elbow. A young knockout kid, Chris Hero.
Yeah, you see that elbow pad on his left elbow. He is known for the rolling elbow, Chris Hero.
Got Shane Hagedorn leading him to the ring right there. Master strategist giving him that advice, that motivation necessary. Rubbing his shoulders. Hagedorn comes in here.
You wonder what's going through Bobby Dempsey's mind right now.
He's still looking for the cake. That's why he's smiling.
Chris Hero saying, this guy.
Not following the code of honor, Bobby Dempsey. High face. High for you, Bobby Dempsey. Just the knee to the midsection. Quite the ample midsection it is. Hero trying to take him off his feet, but Bobby Dempsey's a large man.
Yeah, as big as Bobby Dempsey is, it's not easy to knock him down. It's easy to get a boot to the face, though. Another boot to the face.
He's staying on his feet.
Bobby Dempsey like screaming at Chris Hero like that's going to do something. Do you think that intimidates or scares him? I don't know. Hey, not a bad move there by Dempsey.
Yeah, but unable to follow up right away. Oh, delivers a headbutt. Let's see what Bobby Dempsey can do here. He used to be part of the same stable as Chris Hero and Shane Hagedorn in the past and decided to break free. In the meantime, I guess he's been eaten.
We got the cover there and a count of 2 on Chris Hero. That's a small victory in itself.
The Hero quickly out to the floor, get out of the clutches of Bobby Dempsey. And he brings his attention to Shane Hagedorn, took his eye off a Hero and paid the price.
Once again, Dempsey just plain not paying attention. Elbow in the back of the head. Could this be it?
Now coming up this Friday and Saturday, ROH is on the road. Detroit on Friday, Saturday in the Toronto area. For information on both of those live events, visit ROHWrestling.com.
Going to Motown, huh?
Yeah. Once again, taking full advantage of referee Bryce Remsburg having his back turned as Hagedorn got the shot in on Dempsey.
And Hero again, a boot to the face. Another one. Look at Shane Hagedorn off to the right of your screen, yelling at him.
Hero just measuring him for each one of those boots to the side of the head.
Yeah, I was wondering how long Bobby Dempsey's going to be able to hang in this one.
Hero charges in the corner with the elbow strike. We're going to follow up. And he does. Got that knockout power. And you'll recall 2 weeks ago how Chris Hero factored into Eddie Kingston's matchup against Kenny King. Took the attention of Kingston and led to Kenny King scoring the victory against the last of a dying breed. Certainly a score to be settled still between Hero and Kingston here in Ring of Honor.
I told you that was a mistake by Chris Hero, and I think I'll be proven out right in the weeks to come. Boy, Dempsey, how about that? Got a nice shot. Now goes to Shane Hagedorn.
There's no need to put his hands on Hagedorn. No need to take off your gear either. Hero moved out of harm's way, thankfully.
Hero now taking big advantage. He kind of said, I'm gonna blow you away, and got him with the elbow. And now, oh, that's the death blow by Chris Hero. 1, 2, 3, it's over. The elbow that Chris Hero is known for does in Bobby Dempsey.
Young knockout kid, Chris Hero.
Let's take another look at how this one ended. Hero called it the death blow. Rolling elbow right to the back of the head of Dempsey, and that was it.
Chris, you did a great job. No, you did.
Damn straight.
You're right. Be easy. You did a great job, Chris. Maybe I'm wrong. You're right, Chris. You're number one, bro. You're doing a great job. You're having matches with everybody, just killing everybody with that roaring elbow. Maybe, just maybe, I should be more like you.
What in the world does that mean coming from Eddie Kingston?
Should be more like him. Confusing comments from Eddie Kingston right there. Trying to get in the head of Chris Hero, maybe.
Yeah, and I think Eddie's going to say whatever he needs to say just to get in the ring with that guy.
He stole my elbow pad.
Our main event tonight, something special. Bryan Danielson continues his countdown tour. He teams with Roderick Strong. They go up against the American Wolves. And also, coming up, our first TV interview with our new executive producer, Jim Cornette.
You know, when Jim Cornette once again joined Ring of Honor, a lot of people were surprised and the word spread like wildfire, but nobody should really be surprised because when you take a look at my background, everybody knows, first of all, Jim Cornette has always stood for professional wrestling. Not sports entertainment, not comedy, not a dog and pony show, but good, hard, competitive professional wrestling. And that's what you find in Ring of Honor. And secondly, everybody knows that I speak my mind. And a lot of people say he's the most controversial man in professional wrestling. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's no controversy. If I like you, I'll tell you. And if I don't like you, I'll tell you. And I know a little something about professional wrestling. I may not be a NASA rocket scientist, and I may not be able to do open heart surgery, but I know professional wrestling inside and out. And with HDNet and Ring of Honor and Jim Cornette together as a team, this company, this promotion, these great athletes in the locker room are going to the next level. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, you get. Because as far as how great Ring of Honor has been in the past, there's no limit to what we can do together. HDNet, Ring of Honor, and Jim Cornette joined at the hip from this point on. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the ride.
Once again, Ring of Honor returns to the Detroit area as well as Toronto this weekend. But coming up next month, we're back in Chicago, Illinois, Manassas, Virginia. Final battle at the Manhattan Center in New York City. And shortly thereafter, we debut in Los Angeles, California. For details on all of the ROH stops on the schedule, visit ROHWrestling.com.
There's Sal Rinauro, who knows he has a challenge tonight. Pain is coming.
His opponent from Gary, Indiana, weighing 264 pounds, the Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown.
Boy, does that guy have a wild look in his eyes or what? Our first time seeing Rashid here on HDNet.
A very intense individual, and he's got the size and the power to back up his attitude.
He's kind of scary. You know, Sal Rinauro has had some real problems in the ring, but lately he's been getting some professional psychiatric help, so he won't be as afraid when opponents like Rashid, the Skull Crusher, get in the ring. But
I don't think
I'm not sure it's working.
He looks pretty terrified right now.
Yeah, you know, I don't think he's through all his therapy yet. He might not have waited a while.
He suffers from this condition called wrong place, wrong time.
No, I think he suffers from a condition called afraid of getting his butt kicked.
That too.
Yeah.
The code of honor is followed.
Yeah.
Nothing to be afraid of, right?
No, there's a lot to be afraid of with this guy.
The Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown.
Oh, he throws him right at the turnbuckles.
He's one of the largest men in Ring of Honor. And
it took about 10 seconds for us to realize that this is going to be another long night for Sal Rinauro. And the Skull Crusher, welcome to HDNet. He said pain is coming. He meant it, Dave. He meant it.
And he's got Sal Rinauro by the throat. Military press by the Skull Crusher. And an airplane spin added to it. Just launches the man.
Sal Rinauro just simply needs to say mercy, mercy.
And he's got him up in the torture rack. Human torture rack from the Skull Crusher. Into the burning hammer.
Rashid Brown said pain is coming. Pain has come.
Here is your winner, the Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown.
You just got to feel bad for Sal Rinauro, but Rashid Brown, I think, got a chance to do some good things here on HDNet.
Sending a huge message to the locker room. This is a man who got hit by a semi, bounced right back and got back in the ring, and he just plowed through his opponent this week. The Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown, is someone to keep your eye on here in Ring of Honor.
And for some of us, he's a guy to keep away from. Coming up next, Bryan Danielson's final countdown continues. He'll be in tag team action. And next week, it'll be Bryan Danielson's final match here on Ring of Honor as he'll go up against Roderick Strong. You won't want to miss this.
This is your main event. It is a non-title tag team match scheduled for one fall with television time remaining. Team number one being accompanied by Shane Hagedorn and a combined weight of 422 pounds. They are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, the American Wolves.
The American Wolves are the champions. They are a great team. But tonight, I think they've got their work cut out for them.
Taking on a former world champion here in ROH, but a man who's never held the World Tag Team titles. Bryan Danielson, his good friend, Roderick Strong.
That was a firefight! Their opponents, first from Tampa, Florida, weighing 215 pounds, Roderick Strong!
You know, Hog, as hard as Davey Richards can kick, as hard as he can strike, Roderick Strong is known for throwing those chops. Two heavy hitters as part of this tag team matchup. And now these fans are awaiting the arrival of Roderick's tag team partner. Final Countdown Tour continues.
American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
What a career Bryan Danielson has had in Ring of Honor, and it is coming to an end as the final countdown continues. He'd love to go out a winner in this tag team match, teaming up with Roderick Strong. Look at all the screamers coming into the ring.
And showing their respect, throwing streamers in appreciation for Bryan Danielson.
Always go down as one of the greatest wrestlers.
And as I said, Danielson never earned the ROH World Tag Team Championship during his run here. His fans again showing their appreciation.
Yeah, chanting, "Thank you, Dragon."
You know, this is a non-title matchup, but it would mean a lot for Danielson if his last tag team outing here in Ring of Honor is a victorious one. Might not ever be in the history books as one half of the World Tag Team Champions, but it would be a feather in his cap.
And you got to believe the response of this crowd really has them fired up. I tell you what, this crowd has come to life here tonight with Bryan Danielson in the ring. No handshake. from the Wolves.
They're all about business. They just want to earn the victory here tonight and prove that they are the best tag team in professional wrestling today. There's a reason why they have those belts.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson will start out. Roderick Strong heads outside the ropes.
It's Eddie Edwards starting for the American Wolves.
As we just talked a moment ago, and you can hear in the background, there's tremendous energy here tonight. A lot of an appreciation for what Bryan Danielson has brought to Ring of Honor.
Bryan Danielson has been a part of Ring of Honor since the very first event in 2002 in Philadelphia. He had a very lengthy reign as world champion, several 60-minute matches, a true professional wrestling champion. Nothing too flashy about Danielson, but he's very, very good at what he does. And the same can be said for Davey Richards, who's gotten a lot of next world champion chants from the fans, much like we've seen directed at Tyler Black in recent months.
Yeah, I've often thought that Bryan Danielson could have done a lot for himself if he'd ramped up a little bit his look, but that just was not his style. It's never been his style to do that. He's a pure wrestler, and that's the image that he wants to present.
He lets his skill and his athleticism inside the ring speak for itself.
Nobody better in the world at that than that man right there, Bryan Danielson.
Well, maybe the current world champion, Austin Aries, but that's another subject to be debated at another point in time.
And if you saw at the beginning of our show tonight, he threw fire in the face of Tyler Black. It injured him. We still don't know how serious. We'll keep you updated on Tyler's condition, but it was a cowardly move by Austin Aries.
Now back and forth action between Davey Richards and Bryan Danielson. Just jockeying for the advantage here.
Yeah, and both these guys feeling each other out, that this is not the first time these two have been in the ring together.
Not at all, and temper starting to flare as well. Davey got out of the way of that kick. Makes the tag to Eddie Edwards.
So Edwards back in the ring, and Danielson's going to tag out and give Roderick Strong a shot.
Roderick known for not only those chops that I mentioned earlier, but his array of backbreakers. As well, the Boston Crab, pressure put on the back of his opponents. Or as Eddie Edwards likes to utilize a half crab as part of his submission arsenal. Roderick holding onto that wrist lock, twisting away on the arm of Edwards.
You watch Roderick Strong, and he is a lot more athletic than you might think. Boy, a great athletic move to break that hold a moment ago.
Not the largest man in the world, but when you hear his chops connect, you can tell just how hard he can hit. One step ahead of Eddie Edwards right there. Goes the shoulders against the canvas, only for an ear fall. Off the ropes, but beats the boot from Roderick.
You know, David, this match really is a showcase of the very best of Ring of Honor. As Danielson tags back in, he and Strong working together.
A lot of people like to focus on the Davey Richards half of the American Wolves, but Eddie Edwards has done many of the same things that Davey Richards has done over the past 2 years to really up his game. They both studied in the Pro Wrestling Noah Dojo in Japan, really getting in top physical form and sharpening their skills.
How about that? Right to the body goes Bryan Danielson.
No matter how sharp his skills are, if you get kicked repeatedly by Danielson, you're going to go down in the corner. But Edwards, one step ahead, got the boot up into the face. They exchange boots now.
Oh my.
Good teamwork right there by the Wolves, doing damage to both of their opponents.
There's a cover and a count of 2. Shane Hagedorn trying to encourage the Wolves a little bit.
They do have control of the matchup as Edwards holds Danielson wide open for Davey Richards to deliver that shot right to the chest.
Boy, Davey Richards Got that knee right into Bryan Danielson, threw him outside the ring. He gets a stern word from the referee.
Into the barricade goes Dragon. He's going to have to work for the victory tonight.
This is where the Wolves become so very, very dangerous.
Excellent at manipulating a referee, taking advantage of him having his back turned during tag team action.
Again, the cover and a count of 2.
They did the damage out on the floor and now continuing it inside the ring.
The tag is made. Bryan Danielson in a little bit of trouble.
Edwards showing he can chop as well.
Well, you can hear that chop all the way up here in our broadcast location.
Diving European uppercut, though, for Bryan Danielson. Trying to get to his corner and make a tag.
Well, he needs to, trying to find Roderick Strong. Where is Roderick Strong? He's not even standing up on the apron.
Well, he was the victim of that swinging DDT on the floor a few moments ago. It really took its toll.
Danielson hurt. Oh, my! Did you see that? Roderick Strong got spit on.
Well, that'll keep him down on the floor and away from being able to tag his partner.
Strong desperately needs to get up on that apron to help out his partner, and they're not going to let him.
He got up on the apron, got kicked back down to the floor. Wolves focusing
right to the body of Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, they're keeping their focus on Bryan Danielson. Keeping that ring cut in half and keeping Roderick Strong on the floor, not even on the apron, waiting.
Strong definitely wants to get up there, just not able to.
If either Davey Richards or Eddie Edwards can pin Bryan Danielson or make him submit here in his second to last match in Ring of Honor, that would mean a lot just for bragging rights.
And that's the last thing that Bryan Danielson wants to happen. And Danielson comes to life. Oh, the clothesline.
Got shut right back down.
Stunned him.
As soon as he mounted some offense.
Cover 1, 2.
Davey Richards so skilled on the mat, showing it right now. There's a reason why some people consider him to be a future singles world champion himself.
Well, we've talked about it, how technically strong all 4 of these wrestlers are. And really what Ring of Honor wrestling is all about.
It's Eddie Edwards with Bryan Danielson.
Well, what a great move by Danielson to avoid going into the turnbuckles, and then a very athletic move up and over. Oh, my.
Kicked right in the back by Davey Richards.
How much more can Bryan Danielson take without tagging out? Now, Strong, you see in the background, is up on the apron, but he does not look to be in good shape at all.
Got dropped right on his head on the concrete floor. Exchange of kicks by Danielson and Richards. Davey getting aggressive.
Now the American Dragon going to work.
Take another look at that. Richards going for the handspring enziguri, but a drop kick to the back of the head by Danielson in defense and makes the tag to Roderick Strong.
Finally gets the tag, and here comes Strong. Oh, look at the energy from Roderick. He's trying to get the crowd into it, too. What a great kick.
Power slam. Trying to fight off both of the Wolves by himself right now.
He's got the cover. Whoa.
Only got
just
2.
a split second from being over.
Roderick with Davey Richards. For the half Nelson backbreaker. Counter.
Richards grabbed the rope a moment ago to save himself.
Great show of power into the backbreaker.
A tremendous move by Strong. Richards somehow able to get out of it. Oh, and a butt right to the head.
Big boot knocking Danielson to the floor by Eddie Edwards.
And a chop to the chest. Where's Danielson? Now it's Strong who's going to need to tag out.
Elevates Davey to the apron. Both of the Wolves connect. Great teamwork here from the World Tag Team Champions.
Well, you can see why these two are champs.
Missile drop kick connected with Roderick Strong off the top rope, and now
here
Danielson
comes Bryan Danielson.
Grabbing hold of the arms, looking for cattle mutilation. Bridges forward, but right into the arms. The Texas Cloverleaf cinched in by Richards. And now the half crab from Eddie Edwards.
So Edwards and Richards are both in advantageous positions right now. Strong and Danielson in trouble. Oh, Roderick Strong able to grab the rope.
Richards taking the action with Danielson out to the floor, leaving the legal men inside the ring. Back first into the steel goes Davey Richards. Edwards trying to pull Roderick to the center of the ring to cinch in that half crab once again.
But he had hold of the ropes, had to break the hold. Danielson, you see in the background, absolutely spent.
Going for the 2K1 bomb, Roderick avoids it.
And gets a boot to the face. And here comes Bryan Danielson.
Strong and Danielson showing some teamwork now. Heart attack clothesline.
And again, Danielson is pulled out of the ring and into the barricade.
Strong with the Boston Crab. Davey Richards trying to force him to release it. But he's still holding on.
Was that a spit? Well, he spit right back at him.
Sleeper by Bryan Danielson. Roll up. Strong gets a count of 2. Knee strike connects.
And there's that chop. Strong known for another one. And the crowd chanting, this is awesome. I agree with you.
Flying knee from Danielson, one from Eddie Edwards. Oh, what a move from Roderick. And all 4 men are down.
What a match we're seeing, Dave. This is great. And you can tell the crowd still loves it.
All 4 men giving it all they've got physically to try to pull out the victory. And now Danielson and Richards face to face.
Oh my. Blows exchange to the head. Here comes Danielson.
Clothesline over the top into the floor.
Both outside the ring. Watch it again.
Back inside the ring, Eddie Edwards and Roderick Strong still. Both men back to their feet.
Guys outside the ring, far from back to their feet. Edwards and Strong going at it.
Changing forearm strikes. Shot right to the throat from Eddie Edwards. Strong moves out of the way. This is the kick.
Oh, and a kick to the head.
Edwards getting him in position right here. Danielson into the barricade on the floor. Edwards now. Backpack chin breaker.
Oh, it was almost over right there.
Danielson is down on the floor after being sent to that barricade.
Shane Hagedorn's arguing that this match should be over. As you saw Danielson, who was hurt up against the barricade.
His fans encouraging him to continue fighting.
Crowd chanting Dragon around him, and you wonder if that can inspire him enough to overcome that pain.
Teamwork here from the Wolves.
Only 2 and just a count of 2. Several times, Dave, the Wolves thought they have won this.
Well, this could be it. One big double team maneuver to finish the job. On the shoulders of Edwards, but there's Danielson.
And Bryan Danielson up on the ropes now. And Danielson has got it going. Oh, the crowd loves it. There's a dive. And that hurt Danielson as well.
He got the energy necessary to fly through the ropes and connect out on the floor.
Backbreaker by Roderick Strong. Still not able to get the pin. Just a count of 2.
For the gutbuster, he gets it. Super kick from Edwards. Big move from Strong.
Oh, this is fantastic. And again, Strong thought he had a win.
Ring positioning. Eddie Edwards knew where he was at. Got that boot across the bottom row. Action continuing on the floor as well with Davey Richards and Bryan Danielson. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Roderick places Edwards up top. And Davey's got one of the tag team belts. Referee getting it out of the ring, has his back turned.
Oh, that was a low blow right there. A low blow.
The referee did not see it.
Distracted by putting the belt away. Did not see that low blow.
Powerbomb lung blower combination from the Wolves. What? He got his shoulder up.
Strong in some pain. How much can he take? Can he hold on here? Dragon trying to come in and help. Ah, he tapped out. He tapped out. It's over. The American Wolves have won. They have beaten Bryan Danielson and Roderick Strong.
Here are your winners by submission, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the American Wolves.
What a match, Dave. What a match.
And that is why the American Wolves are the best tag team in the world today. Taking advantage of the referee being out of position. Powerbomb lung blower combination. And it was the half crab that forced Roderick to tap out while Davey Richards made sure that Danielson didn't make the save.
And Dave, it all started with that low blow. Roderick Strong was never able to recover from it.
But the referee didn't see it, and the American Wolves took advantage of the situation and pulled out the victory, handing Bryan Danielson a loss here in his second to last match in Ring of Honor.
Well, I can't wait for next week. Final match for Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor when he'll go one-on-one with his partner tonight, Roderick Strong. Wow, what a night for the Ring of Honor on HDNet.